people giving you their predictions on this Sunday's Night of Champions, so I figured I might as well do the same. Um, the one thing about Night of Champions is it was one of the pay-per-views that I don't think anybody knew whether it was going to happen or not because WWE this past year or so has been switching up a lot of pay-per-views. They've been taking some out, replacing them with some new ones. So no one really knew exactly what was going to happen. But Night of Champions apparently was able to survive. So that's a good thing, I guess. The reason I think it survived is because it's the only pay-per-view, and many fans have to agree upon this and have to respect where every championship is indeed on the line. Yeah, it's a gimmick. Yeah, there's no doubt it's a gimmick situation, but it is something worth watching, I guess, if you want to. Because I guess in the minds of many fans, it's the only time you ever see all the championships on the line. You don't see that much anymore. I mean, not even at WrestleMania do you see that. But Night of Champions, I guess, in my opinion, at times, especially if you listen to the SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 commentary, it's one of the events that I guess in WWE's mind that everybody looks forward to every year, or at least looks forward to toward in the fall. It's basically the fall. It's the one of the fall. One of the big. It's basically part of the. I guess you could say it's the big two, if you will. It's two of the big pay-per-views of the fall. The other, of course, being Survivor Series. But anyway, we're here to talk about the predictions and who I think is going to go over in certain matches. Well, we do know that, like I said, every championship's on the line, and we do have one non-championship match in there, which is a no disqualification street fight. But let's talk about the championships before we get to that, shall we? Let's talk about, well, obviously, what's going to be one of the championship matches this Sunday. It has not been announced, but from what I read on the spoilers last night for SmackDown, apparently it's going to happen. Cody Rhodes defending the Intercontinental Championship. The most likely candidate, I think, is going to be Ted DiBiase. How do you do this one? Well, a lot of people have been hoping Ted DiBiase would get a championship finally. Not, something like the $1 Million title, which is, of course, which was good for nostalgic reasons, but something that is more prestigious, something that, is fitted for a Ted DiBiase. And again, I think this would be a good thing if it's Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. And I think it would be good if Ted DiBiase goes over and becomes the Intercontinental Champion. Now, I'm not saying Cody would face Ted, but I think that's the most logical opponent right now. Unless they throw Daniel Bryan in there, of course, which also would be logical, but then again, maybe not. But here's what I look at. Depending on how Cody's match is, whether it's one-on-one or a triple threat or whatever, I don't think Cody will walk out the champion. I'm just saying. He could walk out champion because they did let him go over Randy Orton, and you want to continue that momentum. So it's kind of up. It's kind of up in the air. But if I'm WWE, booking-wise, yeah, I probably want to keep the title on Cody Rhodes because, hey, I just let him pin my world champion, one of my most over guys in the company, on our flagship show in the main event. So, yeah, I want to keep that momentum going. But then again, you also want Ted DiBiase to finally prove himself and show that he is just as good, if probably not better than Cody Rhodes, by having Ted DiBiase, or if it's a triple threat, Daniel Bryan, go over Cody Rhodes and become the new Intercontinental Champion. Now, does Cody need that title? Well, yeah. Yeah, he does need the title, but I think in all honesty, he really doesn't need it to really get over with the fans. Cody, I think, being himself and where he's been at right now, has gotten over plenty of times. And let's not forget either, when it comes to WWE, members of the Rhodes family, The farthest they ever get is the highest they'll ever get is the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not saying Cody isn't the exception, but I think that's as far as Cody's going to go right now. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, I would like to see Cody be built up even more so to the point that he gets more championship matches, probably finally main events, and I think that's what they're leading towards. I mean, having him pin Randy Orton in the main event on your flagship show, that's saying something. That's showing how much confidence you have. But if you want to build the future for your company, then the most logical thing to do is to take the title off Cody and put it on Ted. Cody could always get it back, but the most logical thing is to let Ted DiBiase come full circle, get his revenge, get his payback, and let him walk out Intercontinental Champion, either by winning a triple threat or a one-on-one match. Let it happen. If it's triple threat, and let's say you add someone like Daniel Bryan, then let Daniel Bryan go over and become the champion, because that way it rebuilds his momentum as the Money in the Bank winner. So, that's honestly what I would do. Prediction-wise, I predict a new champion. No doubt about it. I predict a new champion, whether it's Ted or Daniel, whoever it is. I predict Cody Rhodes will not walk out. But booking-wise, I'd want to keep the title on him and continue to build that momentum for Monday Night Raw, so that he will probably, before this year is out, main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, let's continue on. We have a fatal four-way for the U.S. title. Dolph Ziggler versus Jack Swagger versus John Morrison versus Alex Riley. Now, this is kind of a toss-up. Jack Swagger right now could benefit from being the U.S. champion. Could. Alex Riley could definitely benefit from it, because they want to build on him as probably being the next Cena, if you will. So that's a good one. John Morrison, well, he could definitely benefit from being champion too, but right now with the situations he's been in, and apparently rumors going around and circulating that his contract will probably be over, honestly, I don't know about Jomo. I don't know about John. I mean, I would like to see him win the championship, finally build some momentum, have a singles title again, show that he can run with the big boys again. I don't know, but just like I said with Cody, prediction-wise, I definitely see Dolph Ziggler losing the U.S. title. Now, who do I predict it to? I'm predicting Alex Riley, because he's been the one that's been getting the biggest push so far out of the four. He's the one that WWE seems to be behind ever since his feud with The Miz. I mean, they had him go over The Miz at a pay-per-view, cleanly. So what does that tell you? So, honestly, I think that Alex Riley is going to become the U.S. champion. I feel it. Why do I feel this? Well, because one, as much as I'd like to see Morrison become champion, it gives WWE an excuse, if you will, gives WWE an excuse to finally, properly work out this whole Swagler-Ziggler deal. Because honestly, I think what they're leading towards here is Swagler and Ziggler becoming a tag team. I hate to say it. You know why I say that, though? Because think about it. Why are they having them associate? Why are they having them going against each other at times, huh? Why did they have them work briefly at the end of last Monday night's main event? That 8-man tag. Briefly, I should say. It's because they're building towards a Ziggler-Swagger tag team. That's what they're building towards. So it only makes sense for Alex Riley or even John Morrison to walk out as the U.S. champion. Booking-wise, if I wanted to continue this personal feud or this feud between Swagger and Ziggler, then I'd have Swagger become champion and have Vicky Guerrero kind of choose him because he has the title, or bring him in because he has the title. Booking-wise, I'd put it on Swagger. But prediction-wise, I think I'm going to go with Alex Riley. Booking-wise,